If you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description and you'll find items such as this, a soy story. Got a lot of interesting stuff going on in the MCU. Haven't been able to talk about it yet. We're going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder. Couple of things real quick before we get into the rude director who's decided to go after fans and make fun of them, the people that he wants to come watch his movie. But hey, I guess none of that matters anymore. Kevin Feige's like, hey, go ahead, just trash fans. We're so successful. I think you're going to see some changes. You're going to see some changes after this Phase 4 lineup drops. But anyway, Love and Thunder. Got Natalie Portman coming in to become Thor for some reason. Always had a problem with this because Thor isn't a title, it's a name. His name is Thor. A couple differences between the MCU and the comics. It was established in Thor Ragnarok that Thor only needs the hammer to channel his powers. He had the powers without the hammer. A little confusing there. And the hammer's been destroyed. Don't forget, for those of you who say, oh, he brought it back, Captain America took the hammer back with him at the end of Endgame. So I'm confused how she's going to become Thor in Thor Love and Thunder unless a new manure is going to drop. But anyway, a couple things that don't make any sense here. Chris Hemsworth, the only one that's like escaped, Captain America's been de-aged. Tony Stark has been knocked off. Hulk has an arm missing. Hemsworth just gained some weight. He could lose it. But apparently they're like, hey, we don't care that you want to keep playing Thor, charismatic, awesome actor. We're going to go ahead and just go for the woke here. So they've got Natalie Portman coming in. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out because I just don't see this being as popular as they think it's going to be. And you're going on Twitter, you'll see people going, oh my God, this is so great. I think Young Ripa summed it up pretty good. You're going to see all kinds of normies pretending they gave a damn about that Jane Foster Thor run. None of them read it. Sales spoke for that. Didn't do that well. It's a very garbage run. He has some really good rants on that whole run, by the way, if you want to check those out. I enjoyed them because I agree with him 100% that Jane Foster Thor run is stupid. It's an entirely dumb move because the basic argument is there. Thor is not a mantle, it's a name. But apparently it doesn't matter to the director of the movie. It says, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. We see here, Marvel's Thor Love and Thunder director took to Twitter to troll fans who don't like what they are seeing and hearing concerning the upcoming Thor film. He went on to troll a number of fans and who expressed their concern regarding the film. In one reply, he told a fan, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. We see this guy right here, MB Mars 8. It is possible, due to your work, that this mess is possible. Your writing ruined #Thor, his mythos, and his character. So no, I do not want to see this film if we are truly getting a Jane Foster Thor. And he comes in and says, I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. And he keeps going. In response to another fan, he expressed his concern regarding his Thor Ragnarok and too much comedy. He responded, sorry in advance, sucker. You can see right here him being a rude punk. But that's okay with Disney. It's okay to drop trow and poop on fans. That's okay. It's forgiven. Now, will it be so forgiven if the movie bombs? Now, I don't know if they'll let it bomb because there were some real questionable things that happened with Captain Marvel that I'm not so sure were legit, but we can't prove it. That's all tinfoil hat stuff as far as we know right now. But this guy comes in, I'm so depressed about this. There isn't a single announcement regarding this movie that I've liked. There. You'll get over it when you realize you don't know what you want until I give it to you. Really professional attitude there. And to be fair, I don't know. This movie could be good. I know a lot of people didn't like Thor Ragnarok. I liked Thor Ragnarok quite a bit. I thought it was a fun movie. I had a good time. However, this I don't like too much. So someone comes in as completely normal and makes sense. When Thor is a man, he is Thor. And when Thor is a woman, she is female Thor. It's just correction. She's called Mighty Thor. So they say here, interestingly enough, The Mighty Thor is the title Thor went by in Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Larry LeBar's creation for Marvel Comics. The title can be seen on the cover in Journey into Mystery number 104 back in 1964. See Journey into Mystery with The Mighty Thor, which they have dropped. I believe it's just Thor now. It's been a minute since I've read any Thor comics. I haven't really enjoyed Jason Aaron's run. Never really been a huge fan of the character himself, to be honest. I liked him in the Ultimate Universe. I thought that was a really fun Thor. Never really been a big fan of Thor outside of that. I like him on the Avengers team, actually, that's where I'm more familiar with him. I've never really sat down and really dived into Thor comics. Was never a huge fan. I mean, I'm sure some people disagree with me and say they love him so much, but other than the movies and the Ultimate Universe, I never really got into him unless I was reading an Avenger run. Was straight up a team comic, not solo. Captain America, Iron Man, yeah. Hulk, not really. Thor, not really. Always when they were on teams. But you can see here they show it down. So it's not until Jason Aaron and Russell Dauterman's Thor number 8, published in May of 2015, that Jane Foster takes the title of the Mighty Thor. You can see here she looks like this because they gave her cancer at the time, and whenever she used the hammer, she gained the powers of Thor, and then they beefed her up into a kind of a muscle-bound woman, like an Amazon, basically. And the plot twist was that when she used that power, it started to hurt her even more and regress any of the chemotherapy that she was receiving. And then they ended up offing her and bringing her back, and now she's Valkyrie. So I'm not sure what they're doing here. You can see here, here's the picture. Looks like they got to help her hold the hammer. I really hope she's going to hit the gym and beef up a little bit for this movie. Though, of course, they never seem to care about realism when it comes to this. The only realistic one I've seen is Wonder Woman. I like that the actress that plays her was an actual soldier. I think that's pretty cool. I liked Wonder Woman. I thought that was a really good female superhero movie. This, however, I think is stupid because Chris Hemsworth wants to keep playing Thor. He doesn't want to stop. He never said, hey, I'm tired of being Thor. I want to quit. No, he's on. I'll keep doing Thor movies. Give me Thor and I'll do the movie. Like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and make this change nobody wants to see. This is stupid. Number one, the hammer's destroyed in the MCU. How are you going to bring that back? Ridiculous. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe they'll piece it together and it'll be restored. And then if it's restored and Thor still has his axe, then you're going to have two Thors. I'm confused at what's going on here. Marvel, though, seems quite confused here as well. So I guess it works, right? This is going to be a poop show like we've never seen before. So I'm not sure what they're thinking here. This is a stupid idea. But I find it funny that the director is like, I'm just going to go out and just crap all over fans now. Correction, she's called Mighty Thor, which makes no sense, like I was saying. And then I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. So this is already starting. This movie is not supposed to come out until like 2021 or something, 2022. So are we going to have 2 solid years of these people going crazy and trolling fans and calling fans ismphobes and just pretty much dumping on them? Because this has the potential to eclipse Captain Marvel. Now, if there's one thing I will give Natalie Portman, I would much rather watch her than Brie Larson. They should have given Natalie Portman. Why don't you just retcon it and make Jane Foster Captain Marvel? I think a lot of people would have been more happier with that. Because Brie Larson, that's like watching a log, like a wooden log, sit there and try to act. It's just sitting there, lifeless, staring back at you like you're looking into an abyss. That's pretty much Brie Larson's acting. Natalie Portman's a little more talented, but I don't think this is going to work out that well. This is going to be interesting. I guess I could be wrong, but if we got 2 years of this dude trolling fans because they're upset, it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see where the MCU goes after all this. But anyway, that's all I got. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, make sure you're still subscribed.